Video.Guru, like and subscribe. It's a gorn. It's not a corn.
Hello and welcome to my movie review of 1972's Kolchak, The Night Stalker. A very famous movie at the time, and starring Darren McGavin as Carl Kolchak. Originally, the script called for Darren to wear Bermuda shorts and an Aloha-style shirt, which Darren felt was not appropriate to the character. And after reading up on his background, he had been fired in New York some 15 years before, and so, according to Darren, he thought he had never gotten a new suit. This is why he wears that suit not only in this movie, but the next movie and throughout the series. I believe that decision was critical to creating the style of Carl Kolchak. Sometimes it's the little things that create the magic. This movie was shot in Las Vegas over a period of 12 days and for a budget of only $450,000. Dan Curtis directed, and he noticed that no matter what they did, the gamblers in the Vegas casinos just simply ignored them. So he decided to have Barry Atwater, who played the vampire and never speaks a line in the entire movie, walk through the casinos for a full 40 minutes in his makeup. But no one gave him a second look. They were too focused on their gambling. The movie also stars Claude Akins, as you see here, somewhat famous in the 70s, playing different police officers, Sheriff Lobo and whatnot. A big part of the success of Kolchak was the interplay between Simon Oakland and Darren McGavin, two great actors who work great together. It really felt like they were old friends.
If there's a screwball running around loose in Las Vegas, his last name begins with a K. You already heard about the little scene you had with the boys downtown. No vampire stories. Clear?
ABC had originally planned a third movie in the series called The Night Killers and set in Hawaii, with Simon Oakland and, of course, Darren McGavin as Kolchak. But because of the success of the first two movies, it was transformed into the series, Kolchak, The Night Stalker. Music from the 1970 movie House of Dark Shadows, also directed by Dan Curtis, was used in this as well as in Dark Shadows. Carol Lindley plays the love interest for Kolchak, and to me, this movie is as much a love story and a tragic love story as it is a horror movie. Because through both movies and the entire series, Kolchak never lets anyone close to his heart again. I won't tell you what happens between them, but it was sad.
Everything you always want to know about vampires, we're afraid to ask.
No, you're going to look at it.
And why?
Well, what if the killer's a real vampire?
Oh, honey, please. That's
Well,
not a very
he's done everything that's in this book. You're going to read it.
Yes, all right. I'm going to read it. Ooh.
Oh, now, come on. You're a big, tough reporter. You can take it. You might even get a good feature article out of it.
Since the beginning of man's existence, there have been creatures of the night, crazed monsters that track the bloody prints through the pages of fact and fiction. Of them all, the vampire seems to have accumulated the largest body of documentation.
The 16 possibles. All but one had been eliminated.
The movie also features Stanley Adams, who some might recognize from the original 1968 Star Trek series as the man who sold the Tribbles in The Trouble with Tribbles. And there he is. A little hard to recognize him in his cowboy hat, but that's definitely him.
Now you just keep your mouth shut. Yes, sir. Okay.
Well, like I said, he just stands there looking at me. Then he tells me the price is too high. $300 too high. And he keeps staring at me as if daring me to tell him the price is $1,200.
Hey, this fella. Now stop doing our job for us, Kolchak. That's already been established.
Yeah, well, you see, I told him only he had a mustache.
Mustache? Yeah. He's selling the car?
Well, I started to say no. But something inside tells me, don't mess with this guy. I mean, he's a creep. With them red eyes and that voice, he's enough to keep a guy from working nights. Oh.
This was an ABC movie of the week, and at the time of its release, it was the most highly rated television movie of all time. It was quite a phenomenon. Richard Matheson wrote the screenplay, and he did an excellent job. He worked with Dan Curtis on several projects. Kolchak, the Night Stalker, was the inspiration for the X-Files series, and while somewhat dated by today's standards, I believe it's certainly worth a look. So I'm going to give it 5 wooden stakes out of 5 and suggest that you give it a try. Thank you for your kind attention.